Hello students, today we are going to discuss about the second chapter of our Moments book, that is The Adventure of Toto. It is written by Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is an Indian writer of British origin. He belonged to an Anglo-Indian family. He is perceived as the Indian William Wordsworth. He, he wrote about beauty of nature, especially on the local elements of Himalaya in his writings. He has written a number of stories for children. For his amazing writings, he was awarded with Sahitya Academy Award in 1992. The Let's come to the story. The writer's grandfather purchased a monkey named Toto. In this story, there are three main characters. One is the writer's grandfather, and the central character, that is the monkey. Actually, this is a biographical exertion. Means this story is brought from the autobiography of Ruskin Bond. The writer's grandfather purchased a monkey named as Toto from a Tonga driver. Here, Tonga driver means a cart driver. Means the cart which is pulled by the horse, that is called the Tonga in our Hindi term. By paying 5 rupees to him, the Tonga driver had tied the little red colored monkey to a feeding top so that he could not run away. When the writer's grandfather saw the monkey, he had desired to add him to the collection of animals which he had in his zoo at home. Writer's grandfather, he had having a beautiful zoo at his home, and he had a strong desire to keep a monkey in that zoo. So when he saw that beautiful monkey, he finally decided to keep it to his home. Here the writer gives a description of Toto. The writer gives a beautiful description about the physical appearance of the monkey. He had bright, shiny eyes, which were full of mischief. The eyebrows were deeply set on his face. His teeth were like pearls. Many ladies belonging to the Anglo-Indian community got scared when they saw the teeth which were displayed when he smiled. Though the writer belonged to an Anglo-Indian family, the ladies of his family, when they saw the teeth of the monkey, they became scared. Toto's hands were dry and wrinkled, as if they had been dried in the sun like pickled vegetables. It had a long tail. As we know, animals, they have tails. So a monkey, that red monkey, had also a beautiful tail. The writer's grandfather thought that the tail added to the good looks of an animal. According to the writer's grandfather, the tails are added to the animals to give them a beautiful look. Toto's tail was like a third hand for him. It helped him hang from the branch of tree. He also used to lift objects which were beyond his hands' reach. The monkey was using his tails in different ways. But the writer's grandfather was against the grandmother's attitude of bringing new pets, birds and animals. Writer's grandmother was against keeping the animals at home. So the grandfather thought that they would conceal or hide this fact from her until he was in a good mood. At that time, they would disclose this fact to her. The writer and his grandfather secured Toto in a little cupboard in a writer's room. In order to be sure that Toto did not escape, they tied him to a hook in the wall. To hide and secure the monkey, the writer's grandfather kept that monkey at writer's room, and they tied that monkey with a wall. The writer and his grandfather went back to visit Toto after a few hours. The sight was shocking. Toto had torn the decorative wallpapers. He had broken the hook and had escaped from the binding. Also, he tore the writer's blazer into thin pieces. When they entered to the room, writer and writer's grandfather were surprised because the monkey had totally made disorder the room. He escaped from there. Then Toto was put in a cage. He would live with the other pets in grandfather's zoo. The zoo comprised of a tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a squirrel, and the writer's pet goats. Toto was very mischievous. He did not let the animals sleep at night. The writer's grandfather had to leave for Saharanpur the next day. He decided to take Toto as he was unmanageable. Because Toto was unmanageable or it was difficult to handle by the others member, so grandfather decided to take Toto with him. During the travel, grandfather had got a special bag for Toto. It was made of strong material like canvas. He placed some dry grass at the bottom of the bag on the trip. On the trip, the bag would be Toto's home as he would live in it. The bag had a zipper on the top of it and it was closed with it. Toto was with tight security, how he would not be escaped. When grandfather was taking Toto to the trip, at that time he was quite caring about the security of Toto. So he kept a special bag and put that monkey in it. Still Toto made unsuccessful attempt to come out of the bag. Due to this, many times the bag would roll on the floor or it would certainly jump in the air. These movements were noticed by the people on the railway platform and made them curious to know what was inside the bag. When writer's grandfather was at the railway platform, at that time people were excited to know what was inside the bag of grandfather. Toto remained secured in grandfather's bag till Saharanpur. At the Saharanpur railway station, the writer's grandfather was taking out his ticket to cross the turnstile or a gate. At that time, Toto peeked out of the bag and smiled at the ticket collector. The ticket collector was astonished or surprised to see a monkey in grandfather's bag. He recovered quickly and asked grandfather to pay the ticket money for traveling with a dog. When the ticket collector saw Toto, he thought it was a dog and he asked grandfather to pay a ticket money for that animal. Grandfather was unsuccessful in explaining to the ticket collector that Toto was a monkey and not a dog. He insisted that Toto was not even an animal with 4 feet. But the ticket collector was firm that Toto fell in the category of dogs. Grandfather had to pay 3 rupees for Toto's ticket. When the ticket collector was not agree with grandfather, the grandfather had to pay 3 rupees for Toto. Grandfather was Disappointed, and in order to take revenge from the ticket collector, he took out Toto from his pocket or from the bag. Then he asked if he was supposed to buy a ticket for it too. The ticket collector took a close look at the animal, pushed it slightly, and announced that grandfather was not required to buy a ticket for it, as it did not fall in the category of a dog. After returning from the trip, writer's grandfather finally came to know. Sorry, after returning from the trip, writer's grandmother finally came to know of Toto's presence in the house. Then grandmother allotted him space in the stable along with the family donkey Nana. On the first night in the stable, grandfather visited Toto. He found Nana restless, pulling its rope in order to stay away from the heap of hay. Grandfather hit Nana on the back in order to stop it. Nana jumped back with a jerk, and Toto was dragged along with her. In the winter season, Toto enjoyed having a warm bath. He would pretend to be selfish, and before starting his bath, he would check the temperature of the water. Toto would copy the writer and stepped into the tub, 1 foot at a time. Finally, he would sit in the water with his face out of it. Then he would rub himself with soap. Just like the writer took bath, the monkey Toto was also doing the same. When the water became cold, he would run out of it to the stove in the kitchen in order to dry himself. Toto got annoyed if anyone laughed upon him. He would get hot and then refuse to take bath. If anyone laughed at him, he became hot and he refused to take bath. The writer recollects an incident when Toto had almost boiled himself. The writer described about another incident where Toto was going to boil himself. In a large kettle, water was boiling on the stove. Toto climbed up to the stove and removed the lid from it. Toto felt that the water was warm enough for him to take a bath. He entered the kettle with his head off it. When the water started boiling, it became hot for Toto. Toto was totally unknown from the boiling water. He felt warm inside the water, so he got into it. He thought of coming out of the kettle, but as the temperature outside was cool for him, he stayed in it. It was the time of winter and the temperature of outside was cold, so Toto was not interested to come out from the kettle. It was when the writer's grandmother arrived that she took the half-boiled monkey out of the kettle. Means if the grandmother would not come at that time, what happened with Toto, God knows. Toto was very mischief. He was always busy in doing mischievous activity. Whenever writer's aunt passed him, he tried to tear their dresses. The writer recollects another incident when Toto created a lot of mischief. At lunchtime, a dish of rice was placed on the dining table. On that day, a dish of rice was prepared at home and it was serving on the table. When the family reached to eat, they found Toto eating it. The writer's grandmother screamed or shouted at Toto, and in response, he threw a plate at her. When writer's grandmother screamed at Toto, he became angry and he threw that plate at her. When the aunts tried to catch Toto, he threw a glass of water on their faces. When the grandfather arrived, Toto left the place through a window with the dish of rice along with him. And when finally grandfather arrived to that place or reached to that place, Toto left that place by with taking the dish of rice along with him. On that day, Toto remained out of the entire afternoon. He sat on a branch of a jackfruit tree, determined to eat all the rice. As the grandmother had screamed on him, he wanted to annoy her further, and so, after eating the rice, he threw the dish. It broke into several pieces. After eating all the rice, Toto threw the plate, and the plate was broken into several pieces. Finally, grandfather realized that Toto was not suitable to be kept at home. They could not afford the frequent losses that he gave them. He tore clothes, cottons, wallpapers, and broke dishes. So the grandfather sold Toto back to the same Tonga driver for a sum of 3 rupees. Finally, grandfather realized that Toto was not meant for staying at home, and he decided to return that monkey to the Tonga driver, and he sold him again for a sum of 3 rupees. Here the story this story is ended. This is a comic story, or this is a excerption or extract from the biography of Ruskin Bond. Here he described a small part of his life with the monkey Toto. Thank you.